Well, hey, everybody.
Here we
Welcome to
are.
you are. Welcome to the QFM96 a virtual pit stop for this Thursday night, a beautiful night. Get on your bikes and ride to your patio with your
Mhm.
laptop or your smartphone. And thanks for joining us tonight. Going to be talking to Steve Adams from Fortress Obet's. Going to get an update on what's happening out there, and if we're getting any closer to having an actual physical bike night. The QFM 96 bike nights that everyone knows and loves that we've been doing for the past 7 years. Amy, fresh off your vacation, you're back from Port Clinton. Did any mayflies manage to hitch a ride home with you?
Oh my gosh, there were a couple dead ones in my car on my luggage, but I did a major sweep. I was completely freaked out. I didn't want them coming here and breeding in Lancaster. So I was like, you better get those things gone.
You'll be finding them probably 6 months from now, and they'll be a
Oh,
little
I
bit
hope not.
shriveled up, but yeah, you'll find one and go, oh, it still made its way home. Well,
Oh,
glad
don't say that.
and I'm glad that you had a good little time off. We've got C.R. McClellan and his gang, and they're going to talk about the Gump Run. And this is another wonderful group of people that have been with QFM 96 Bike Nights for the past 6 of the 7 years, and they've got a run coming up that's very special and near and dear to their heart that's coming up on July 11th. We'll give you all the details on that. Of course, we got some great prizes for you, like we have every week. This week,
Mhm.
if you are logged on to QFM96.com, which I see Karen Stafford. I see Jake Hagar. I see Sally. I see Jerry Fortner. I see Tammy Trout. Hi, guys. Thanks for checking in. This week, we have got a Jack Daniels prize pack, the coveted Jack Daniels prize pack that Amy showed you. Well, I think it was our first week. Didn't we have that? Where it's got the koozies and it's got a bunch of really cool Jack Daniels stuff.
Yes, yes.
So we got one of those, and we also have a $25 gift card to Jerry's Fireworks just in time for the 4th of July. Now, last week, our friends, Jim Hearn from Faro Harley Davidson, powered by Reichert, graciously gave us 6 of the really cool Harley Davidson t-shirts. And I want to announce those winners that we have. Thank you, Karen Stafford. You got a t-shirt. Melanie Hardman, Raymond Sanzo, Bobby Nguyen, John Prijda. I hope I'm saying that right. And I saved the best for last because it sounds like a DJ name or perhaps a porn star name. That would be Ridge Ziegler.
Yeah, I love that one.
You know what? And I was going to do some creeping. I was going to try to find Ridge on Facebook. I didn't have time to find out if he had a face for radio or if he had a face to be a porn star. But Dirk Diggler, Ridge Ziegler, congratulations to all of those winners. And Amy, are you going to send them an email to let them know how they can get their t-shirts?
Yeah, I'm going to be contacting y'all personally tomorrow to let you know the address for Faro where you can go and pick them up.
It's perfect. And for the prizes this week, again, that is the Jack Daniels prize pack and the $25 gift card for Jerry's Fireworks. You have until 7 o'clock this Sunday in order to get registered for those. So thanks for everybody checking in. We got Jerica Marie. We got Kyle Miller. Hi, Kyle. Good to see you. We got Mater on deck. Thanks to all for it's just a beautiful night. I know a lot of people are out riding, but if you can't just stop someplace and pull us up on your smartphone and just check in and let us know where you are. We appreciate you. Another person that we really appreciate is our friend Steve Adams from Fortress Obet's, the home for the QFM 96 Bike Nights. We hope eventually. I know, Steve, you've had a very busy week. You have days where you are in contact with so many people, with the health department, and of course with the city of Obet's to find out where we are and when you personally can start hosting some events, and when we, QFM 96, can start having our QFM 96 Bike Night. So, I know it's been a busy week. I know you're tired. You've been there since 7:30 this morning, but kind of give us an update on the things that you've discussed so far this week.
Thanks again for having me on. I appreciate the time. And we're having conversations daily about events and about when we can bring things on and what we can do about them and how we can make it safe. So there were some discussions yesterday. The PowerPoint presentation that's been created has been reviewed a couple times, made some tweaks to it. So hopefully I can share that with you guys. You can pair it up with your document I saw yesterday about what you guys are doing as far as live events and group gatherings.
Right.
So we can partner up and we can both do that social distancing and make sure everybody's safe and enjoying themselves. But another meeting tomorrow. I have another meeting tomorrow at 11 o'clock that discusses the fortress. It discusses the courtyard. It discusses the whole 110 acres that I'm responsible for out here. So the plan is to get an idea here rather quickly of what we can do on a go forward basis. The excitement is still there. I get phone calls all the time. I get emails all the time. I have an Instagram now. My kids are making fun of me, but people reach out to me on Instagram and ask me how things are going and when they're going to see my bike here as well. So I'm not just a venue. I'm a passionate bike rider myself, and I want this to happen, and I want this to be here. So again, thanks for being patient with me for everyone, and what we're dealing with here is much bigger than we are. So we've got to try and figure out a way to coexist with it.
Well, you know what? Thank you for being patient with what's going on right now, not only in, Columbus, but Ohio, the country and the world. I mean, everyone has to practice a lot of patience. And we know that this is something that we've never had to deal with before, at least on this level. And it's not just about making it a safe event, but it's also making sure that the people who attend it feel safe. They feel comfortable when they come out, knowing that you have taken every precaution and made every guideline possible, so everyone does have a safe and enjoyable time.
Right. And I'm glad you brought that up, because they're coming out in droves to things. People have pent up anxiety. They want to get out. They want to be around people. They want to do things that they've done before. And there's other bike nights that are taking place in and around the city of Columbus, and the numbers are there. So some of the concern here is, if I say I need spots only for 300 people and 1,500 people show up, then that's not a great experience either. So do we want to show up in the Facebook pages or the internet saying that it was a terrible event because they wouldn't let everybody in, or did everybody get sick?
Right. That's the fine line that every day when you have these discussions that you're walking, and that a lot of people don't understand. Everyone says, hey, just open everything up. But you being in charge of everything and trying to keep everybody safe, but really wanting everyone to see what Fortress Obets is all about, and how you can put on a safe and incredible event where people feel comfortable. That's a really fine line to walk every single day. And I know it's got to be exhausting.
Yeah, it is, but it's also enjoyable because there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's going to be a moment in time where we're going to be able to enjoy the company of one another again. And whether it be a sport event or a bike night or a festival, we're going to be able to spend that time together again. It's going to happen. We just don't know when. So
what kind of events, before I let you go, because I know that you, like I said, you be tired, my man. You put up with a lot of BS the past few months. What do you have going on this weekend, or some events that might be happening?
Well, so for right now, we have the non-contact sports stuff like baseball and softball and camps and things like that, where they can limit the number of kids and the number of people. So that's happening now. So we're also dealing with the contact sports, where they want to now have camps and practices and utilize our turf field and our grass fields and things like that. So trying to manage those calendars, because we are a true sports and entertainment complex, and we like to do everything. Sometimes it's not easy to do everything, but right. We're getting through it. But as things continue to open up, we want them to think about Obets, and we want them to think about the Fortress, and we want them to come see us.
And I know we wanted to keep this upbeat, but it's got to also be frustrating when we discuss things that are opening up. Let's say Sunbeezy Bay, and let's say Kings Island and Cedar Point, and they're putting all these guidelines into place, but yet you can't have events at Fortress Obets for whatever reason. So that in and of itself has got to be extremely frustrating.
Well, I think one of the things today, because I was doing some research today on the various bike nights and the things that are going on, and I've been watching, I don't want to plug them here, but the Euro bike nights at Grandview Yard. And there were 100 bikes easily over there this last week. And they're walking around. I did not see one mask. I did not see one person that was more than 6 feet from someone else.
And probably no sanitation stations or anything like that were visible.
No, and not 32 bathrooms with running hot water and sinks like we have. So it's just, it's just one of those things where you're like, do you do it and beg for forgiveness, or do you go the right route and try and get the approval? So it's, again, another fine line. And I feel like I'm stepping on two fine lines, and my legs are getting further and further apart.
Further and further. I hope you're good at the splits, my man. And I just hope you don't go down too far. And,
my legs are only that long. So,
And I think I really appreciate you bringing all that up because to really bring it home for the people that are watching, and then when we talk about it, that this is really a difficult decision. It's not just as easy as you going, screw it, we're just going to say, we're going to do it. We know we have all the guidelines in place. And like you said, we'll just ask for forgiveness later. You can't do that because this facility is too important to OBETS and really too important to Central Ohio to let something like that happen.
It's by far and away the nicest and the newest entertainment. I mean, it's been compared to Polaris Amphitheater. It's been there's just so much to offer here. We want to make sure we keep the green light, but we also want to stay positive and we want to stay in the good graces of everyone in Central Ohio.
Here we go. We're staying positive. Now, next week is July the 3rd. We are going to take the night off next week from a virtual pit stop. And hopefully Wednesday is when the current orders expire for what's happening with the state. We don't know what's going to happen on Wednesday, if things are going to be extended or perhaps more things are going to open up. We're hoping, of course, for the latter. So maybe the following week, July the 9th, we might have some more information and maybe some good news. Fingers crossed, Steve. You're diligent. You're doing a great job. We love what you're doing and keep it up. And we hope we can get together personally really soon.
Absolutely. I'll be in touch with you daily with any updates.
Absolutely. And we'll, of course, let our listeners know. Steve Adams from Fortress OBETS, always a pleasure. Take care, my man.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too. Yeah, beautiful evening again. Welcome, everybody. I'm sorry, just dropped my pen here. Just my funky toes. Hold on. Let me get this. All right. Amy, we got a lot of people checking in. And you know what's funny is I announced our 6 winners from last week that got the Farrell Harley-Davidson T-shirts. And Ridge Ziegler. Ridge Ziegler.
There he is.
I'm here. Ridge,
there he is.
I don't know if you heard me before. I said, but you have got the best name ever. It's either a DJ name or a porn star name. But either way, you should be very proud of your parents for naming you Ridge Ziegler. And I'm focused on that for some reason. And another thing, usually, of course, on Thursday nights when we had physical bike nights and when we've been doing this virtual pit stop, I've always had a nice adult beverage in my hand. And so you know what I'm drinking tonight, Amy?
What?
I'm drinking a nice, tall glass of ice water. And my body is rebelling. It doesn't know what to do. So tonight, it's a little bit of ice water, but raise your glass of your shot or whatever you're doing, Mater or J.K. Gar. Again, tonight we have got some great prizes. We have got the Jack Daniels prize pack, and we also have that $25 Jerry's Fireworks gift card. Qfm96.com is where you get registered, and you can register until Sunday at 7 o'clock, and then we will let you know next week who the winners of that are. Now, if you just joined us,
and real quick, a big shout out to Jack Daniels for all of the prize packs that they have given us the past couple of weeks and for being a beverage sponsor for us. And we've actually had some little samples, you and I, of the Jack Daniels, and it's pretty good. So
the Jack
Daniels, give a shout out to them.
And you know what? I've said it before. I'm not really like a bourbon or a whiskey type of person, but Jack Daniels has such an array of products that it can be pretty much mixed with anything and the different flavors and everything like that. Then again, I'm not adverse to drinking anything of an
yeah.
But I also thank Farrell Harley-Davidson, powered by Riker. They have been generous with the prizes they've been giving. And we've also got to thank John from Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. Both of those guys joined us last week, kind of gave us a tour of their facilities, and we're glad to have them on board. And yes, Jack Daniels, they were a big part of our Dad to the Bone contest. And
yes.
We had that Yeti cooler that was filled with a bunch of Jack Daniels stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of stuff that we do, of course, during bike nights when we get together physically is we always highlight different bike clubs and what kind of charities and what kind of runs they've got coming up. And these guys have been with us. C.R. McClelland and the gang have been with us
Here they come.
for years. Hi, guys.
What's up, Justin?
It's really good to see you, even though it's virtually. I can't wait to see you guys in person. But we want to talk about the Gump Run, and this is something very close to all of your heart. And the Gump Run is going to be taking place on July the 11th. The information about the Gump Run is running at the bottom of the screen right there. And also, you can give more information about your Facebook page. But CR, why don't you give us the details on what the Gump Run is for?
Well, what we do is we lost our buddy Mike. It'd be 9 years ago, July the 15th, and we do this in his memory. And our friends Don and Heidi over on this side of me here, they run a New Leaf, and we decided that was the best place and the best idea to throw together a poker run to kind of help out these kids. And They run, like I said, a new leaf here in Circleville, Ohio, and they service 7 Central Ohio counties, taking care of well over 250 children. And the Gump Run, the 4 of us, missing my wife Tracy, she's on vacation with the grandkids, but the 4 of us decided to throw this run together, and we by Christmas try to help these guys out with these kiddos at holiday time. It going on 9 years this year. It's hard to believe it's been that long. But they, like as you mentioned, July the 11th at Jimbo's down in the beautiful Hocking Hills of Ohio. Sign-ups are at 10:30. Last bike out's going to be at noon. We're going to do 50-50 and a live auction, kind of scaling back toward because of the COVID thing, social distancing, and that stuff will be kind of in effect down there at Jimbo's that evening, depending on the rules and regulations in place at that point in time. We got a really good game.
You're doing good.
Yeah, we got a really good game coming this year. I think these boys out of Mansfield are all perfectly damaged. And if you haven't heard these fellas before, check them out on Facebook. They'll be there to take care of rocking the house. And obviously, we got to thank our sponsors. Without them, nobody does any of this. We've got Wellman's Monument Company, got Excalibur Outdoors, the Savings Bank, Great American Jewelers, and as always, Circle Printing. Can't do any of this without all these guys. And we'll do what we can do this year in the midst of all this chaos.
You know what? That's what we're finding with a lot of our bike clubs is, this is so different, but you still, the charities and the different charities that you guys represent that you raise money for still need the money, regardless if there is a pandemic or not. So how do you work around that? And you're doing the best that you can. Now, you said it's been 9 years since Mike's been gone. Is this 9 years the Gump Run has been going on?
Yes, ma'am. And we're all just doing the best we can do. Fortunately, we're blessed to be a part of the biker community. And no matter what, it seems like every year, the Shark and the girls, the free runners, the leathernecks, everybody, it's like a big giant family, and we're just blessed to be a part of it.
Well, it really is. And you know that when we come together and we would have a particular club, but all the clubs, they support one another. It truly is a family. It's the biker code. It's you go there and you support each other. And that's what I just love about the biker community is you guys, first and foremost, you care about your community, or else you wouldn't be doing these runs that benefit the community in general. So we thank you for doing that. And now, do you guys also have a T-shirt that you're selling for proceeds as well?
Yes, we do.
Somebody's going to have to come forward and get really close.
Todd will get up here and try to sell some picture up. Did something a little different this year with the T-shirts.
Oh, look at that. Yep. Very nice. Coronavirus edition. Ah! I love that.
Yeah,
came up with that.
It's kind of a group thing, and we're blessed to have Arizona Sports Shirts as a sponsor as well. And they're artists, and the 4 of us come up with it as a group. And anybody interested in T-shirts, our Facebook page is the annual Gump Run. Throw a comment on there, and we'll have it for you the day of the poker run. And I'd say we're blessed to have a sponsor on this end, thanks too. So a good bit of that cash goes straight to the kids.
And it's that's another thing we always say. You know what? It's about the kids. It's about the kids in the community, and to make sure. And it's hard to believe that we are today. Are we not today? 6 months until Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, you had to say that.
Sorry, had to bring that up.
Yeah. Well, it is getting close, and this is all about the kids. And as I mentioned earlier, Donald Heidi over there and the wonderful job they do taking care of these children. 7 Central Ohio counties, guys, and they're pushing 300 kids at this point in time that they oversee and help take care of. Can't say enough about them and what they do. It's a pleasure to be affiliated with them. and all the support we get from yourself, QFM, Jack Daniels. We just can't say enough about. And it's a lot of work, but we're blessed to be a part of this.
And it's something that we work on, 12 months out of the year, even though the run is only one day, but it's something. So once the run is over with, you start thinking about next year, which we are doing as well. We are hoping that 2021 pans out a lot better than this year so far. I know, like the rest of you, the calendar I bought at the beginning of the year is pretty much useless at this point. So we'll start scheduling in February of next year, and we'll make sure to get you guys on the schedule. And a heartfelt thanks from QFM96 and the biker community for what you guys do for the Gump Run and what you do for the kids in the counties. We really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
CR McClellan and all the gang talking about the Gump Run. Again, that's coming up on July the 11th. You can go to their Facebook page and also the information that we've been scrolling at the bottom. Again, we got that $25 Jerry Firework gift card and the Jack Daniels prize pack, the much coveted. And you have until Sunday at 7 o'clock to get registered for that. We're going to make it a short one tonight because Mom is tired. Tomorrow's a Friday. It's been another long week. And this tall glass of water is not going to drink itself. So I love the fact, Amy, that you are doing this from the privacy of your boudoir.
I'm sitting in my bed so that I can turn this off and turn off the light and roll over when it's over. I'm done. I'm done.
But Dewey the Wonder Dog is with you.
Yes. Does everybody want to say, come here?
Yeah, come on. Here. I want to see Dewey.
Well, let's see the one eye. Be forewarned, everyone. My dog has one eye. Come on. This is my one-eyed Jack Russell. This is Dewey, spelled D-U-I.
And I know the story behind that. We won't get into it. Hi, Dewey. Hey, you know what? I also want to, Craig Cox. Hi, Christy. Another great show. Well, thank you very much. We do what we can with what we've got. Karen Burlew. Who else do we have? We got Terry on there. Guys, thanks so much for checking in on this beautiful Thursday night. I really wish that we could be together someplace outdoors, enjoying a few icy cold adult beverages and raising money for charities in person. But you know what? Virtually is the best that we can do right now. But fingers crossed. Wednesday, when the current orders that the Ohio Department of Health enacted expires on July the 1st, we'll find out if they're going to extend it, if they're going to start opening things back up. And we'll also be keeping up to date with Steve from Fortress Obets to find out where we stand. If we can have people at amusement parks and cesspools of swimming places where no one's wearing a mask, I'm sure we can all get together safely as adults and have fun at a bike night. Social distancing, listening to music, and raising money for some great charities. That's what we're looking forward to. That's what we're going to hang our hat on because right now that's what we need. We just need to keep smiling and think that everything's going to be great. So,
and if not, then it's time to protest bike night, and we might just have to protest it at Fortress Obets
because apparently that's the only way they were allowed to have some mass gatherings under the guise of a protest.
I'm just saying.
I just want to remind everybody as well, tomorrow night is the final edition of Friday Night Live with Archie and Dorsey. Because the bars are now allowing musicians back in, a lot of the bands finally, can get back and start playing in front of not a capacity crowd, but a quarter of the crowd. But tomorrow night they've got a great show. They will have their top 3 list. They're also going to have their great rock and roll discussions as they always do. Interested to find out who their mystery guest was going to be. But I can tell you their musical guest, courtesy of Music Around, is going to be the very first QFM96 Crown House Band. That would be our good friends in Jackass Genius. Can't wait to see David Crouch and their recorded performance that you'll see tomorrow night at 8:30 at QFM96 Facebook page. And that's Friday Night Live. But this is it for the QFM96 virtual pit stop. We're going to take next week off because it's July the 3rd. We wish everyone a very happy and safe 4th of July weekend. Be safe if you're out there riding. Look twice, save a life for all of my biker clubs. I wish we could get you all on, but hopefully here before long, we'll get together physically so we can continue to have a good time. Thanks for checking in, everybody. It's good to see your names. And once again, Ridge Ziegler, thanks for checking in. Ridge, I love you, man. Might have to send you a little special extra pies from the Lion's Den at some point. Take care, everybody. Amy, you take care as well, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
You too, dear.